Is this a cool screen or what? You like the screen?
Look how cool it is.
Okay, now where it is? What do you see? What is that?
You can use it.
But let me see.
It's white and then colors.
Now put it on.
That's cool.
Now you can use the phone. Good.
Wow. That's cool.
All right. So what do you see here? So you can hold the phone.
Yeah.
All right.
White screen.
Okay, do it again. Okay, now put on the glasses. Put on these glasses. Okay. And now go ahead and use. Can you see the phone?
Whoa.
Can you use it?
Yeah.
So. All right. That's my Spyphone. Only person wearing the glasses is gonna actually see the phone.
Weird.
All right. Try it. Go ahead, Selena. So go ahead.
Whoa.
What is it, Selena? What do you see?
I see the home screen.
All right. Okay, guys. If you've seen the video, what people has been looking at is I call this my Spyphone, and as you can see, the screen is completely white until you put the polarizer on top of it. Let me go ahead and exit the photograph. Exit the photo view. As you can see, once you have the polarizer in, you have a fully functioning phone. So again, without polarizer. Okay? So I'm going to bring this polarizer straight to, this is my camera right here. I'm putting the polarizer in front of the lens, polarizer out, again polarizer on, and then if you want to change the color, just tilt the polarizer, see? Change and tilt. The reason why this happened is, again, it's the liquid crystal, the way it's formed, and orientation to the wavelength of the polarizer will cause it to create this. And if you're using in public with a polarized sunglasses, you should be able to see this. And this phone is a fully functioning iPhone. And when I did it, there's a little stain over here. That's because I kind of didn't do a good job cleaning off the polarizer, but you can make it perfectly flawless. When I rush, you can see the video that I did, and it's a rush video because I just want to prove a point that you can create spyware with the current phone that you have, and it's a pretty cool trick. Good for science fair and other things that you can see. And if you're tired of people looking into your phone in public, you have sunglasses on, polarized sunglasses, you can bring out one of these phone here. All the public is going to see is you touching a white screen, and while you are able to see the completely intact phone. You can see, putting the polarizer lens on top of it, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool trick. And again, this is Prac with iRepairMD, and I'm about to show you how to make an iPhone into a Spyphone. Stay tuned. Hi, this is Prac with iRepairMD. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to make an iPhone into a Spyphone using some polarizer trick. So you see this, what we need here, I'm going to turn this particular iPhone here, this iPhone 5 that's been cracked, into a Spyphone, where you need special lenses or glasses to actually see, and everyone else will see only white. Alright, so let's go ahead. Before we begin, let's go ahead and power the phone off. As you know, what we need is a working screen that's been cracked, and I'll show you how to separate everything. Let's go ahead and turn off the iPhone. Alright, now with it turned off, just gonna go ahead and I already took the screw out, just remove the cover off of the LCD. I'm gonna skip a few steps here because just to find out how I remove all this, just go to my previous video on the iPhone 5 and 5S, 5C. I'm just going to go straight ahead to the actual part where we actually do the polarizer separation. Okay, so now we got this already separated. What I'm going to do first is actually take out the frame. Adding heat on it. This is about close to 195 degrees. Not enough to burn the LCD, but enough to actually loosen the adhesive that's around it. Alright. Okay. Stick a razor underneath. Pull out the frame. Alright. Work a little heat here. Go. Just pulling out the frame. Just be careful not to damage the LCD. Okay, add a little more heat on top. Here, this is the really brittle part. You guys gotta be careful. So what we need to do is safely remove the frame without damaging the LCD. Alright. Pull this out of sight. Alright, so now pull this upward, and so you got a good frame that you can use. Let's go ahead and get rid of all these. I got my tray here that I used to put all my glass in. Alright. So we have here our shards of glass. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and just pick this all up. Pull this out. So now, use my iRepairMD business card. Right in there. do the separation. The glue has like a honey consistency. It's like really dried up honey. It's hard to explain it, but it's heat activated. So applying heat onto it actually will loosen up the glue, the glass. So I'm just going to use my business card now. To remove it. Comes off fairly easy. A little heat if it's a little stubborn. Okay. The rest of this glass should be fairly easy to take off. Small little shards. Shard. Alright, you can get the instruction from this YouTube video, and you can, all the materials that I'm going to use to build this is actually going to be on my eBay site below. So if you decided to buy something or want to create a Spyphone where no one else can see the screen but you, just click on the eBay link below and you can buy my liquid bonding kit. It comes with the orange glow remover, glue remover, and the UV bonding for $10. Alright, so we got this screen removed now. What we need is to test out to make sure the screen works. I'm going to go ahead and test this out real quick. Make sure. Okay, let's go ahead and test the touch out. It's a little sticky here. Let's make sure the touch still works. There you go, the touch works. Cancel all that. So now what we need to do is remove the sticky adhesive from the back of this. So what I need to do is I'm going to use my orange glow as part of the kit right here. Okay, orange glow. I'm gonna apply it on here. But first thing I do is use painter's tape, and I need to remove the backlight so I can use the backlight again. So I got a hot iron here. So what we're going to do is remove the backlight. From here, because we want to, the orange glow will definitely get into the backlight and cause a stain, oily pattern that's not attractive for your phone. So what we're going to do is remove that, and I'm going to go ahead and tape this mirror finish on the back with painter's tape. Like so. Okay. And we're gonna scrape this off. There's 3 LED connectors. We can go ahead and remove it. By using a hot iron or solder iron. There you go. We're going to save this, put it in a nice area. So now that we have this all done, go ahead and trim a little bit of this, tape off, and use orange glow. Use a toothbrush, just a regular toothbrush here. Just work it into here, and the orange glow it's made out of orange oil, and what it does, it actually get absorbed by the adhesive, and then it turns into a gel, and it comes off fairly easy. But to accelerate the process, I'm going to add some heat using my heat gun. Feel it? Feels like really hot asphalt. So now, just going to scrape this off, or rub it off. Orange glow does a really good job, and I include enough just to do one. This is about 3 cc of orange glow. It's more than enough for this one iPhone or Spyphone project. This will work on an iPhone 5, iPhone 5C, iPhone 5S. So if you guys just tired of people looking through and see what you're doing, all you need is to follow this instruction, and you create yourself a really nice Spyphone where no one can see your screen except for you. You see on top is the Polarizer. It's the one that actually enable you to see the content on the LCD. Liquid crystal is pretty much like what it is. It's a liquid, and it crystallizes, and each angle of the crystal presents a different color in the color wheel. And Polarizer, if you can look closely, are actually different slits angle that's tinted to receive these crystal at a certain wavelength. That's why you have color. It's pretty cool, and I'm going to give you an awesome demonstration of this. Kids who's having a science project, you can blow all your science teacher away if you bring in the Spyphone. Alright, so I'm almost done with this. What I'm going to do is add a little more heat. Okay. Okay. Microfiber cloth, I'm just going to go ahead carefully, I'm not pressing too hard on this, just to clean this out. This is the fragile area right here. This is where the touch and LCD and it's wafer thin, so you don't want to add any pressure that can damage it. Okay, final rub right here. Alright, I'm going to show you how to pull the polarizer off now. First thing we need is a little alcohol, and I use 99.9% anhydrous alcohol, safe for the circuitry. Get myself a new microfiber cloth. Okay, so now we have a fairly clean one. What we're going to do is add a little heat. Top of this. And I'm going to pull off the polarizer. So you want to get in to the bottom layer. There's a static guard and there's a polarizer. Right there is the polarizer. Once you get to the black portion, or the black tint portion, that is the polarizer. So now just be very careful. Add some heat to assist you with this. Use my razor right here. Get underneath to the polarizer. And now what I'm going to do is carefully peel this off. Use a razor to assist me. I'm shaving the polarizer off. Carefully. It's a thin film sheet right here. What you don't want to do is damage the LCD in the process. So you just gotta be very careful. And you can get this razor from Home Depot or Lowe's, your hardware store. It's thin enough to get underneath these polarizer. Alright. Get to a point where I can pull it. Well, I'm not going to pull it off, I'm just going to shave it. I don't want to wrinkle the polarizer. Just want to put it onto glasses on eyepiece. Might be able to get to a point where I can peel it slowly. Then again, we'll just shave it. We can clean these polarizer off since we get the glue out of the way. Right, a little more heat. Okay, be careful around the top. Add a little more heat here. Work the polarizer on the side. I myself I just don't use a Spyphone for say, but I just like to discover new cool hidden features, hidden hacks into these phones that you can make it really your own unique phone, and you can honestly say no one has. Okay. Here you go. Just peel it slowly off. Alright. So now we're given two layers. This layer, which is a polarizer layer, and then the actual screen itself. And this right here, I mean, you can pretty much scrape off and clean, but we don't need to because the adhesive is going to actually bind it pretty decently. Alright, let's go ahead and test out the concept, okay? So I'm going to give you a quick rundown. What I'm going to do is actually paste this back into here and show you. And solder this back in to here. Okay, that's soldered back on. I'm going to show you something really cool. What I'm going to do is peel the mirror tint off this. Okay. Put the backlight on. Just give you a quick demo. Alright. So, let's go ahead. Put this back down on the test phone. Okay. So what you see is it's white, a white screen, right? Now watch. See? Now, see, different angle leads to different things. Alright, correct this. Alright, so we have this here. I'm going to go ahead and just take this out again for now. Put this back on. Alright, so we're going to clean this up and then we're going to go ahead and mount it on an iPhone. We can leave this here. The adhesive that I use will actually fill in all this gap. So what I need to do is make sure the orange glow is completely removed, else it will interfere with the proper bonding liquid. Using this to clean off as much as I can. I'll leave this in here because the bonding liquid will pretty much fill in all the gap, and so you won't be able to see these optical defects. Alright, so what I'm going to do is do the bonding. I have this glass right here, iPhone 5 glass. Alright, so now we got the glass here. New glass, and this is my UVX bonding glue. What we're going to do is this aside. Let's go ahead and tape the area of the glass for liquid bonding. Okay. Taping top, bottom. I'm going to go ahead and leave the side okay. Alright. Got that kind of done. Okay. Alright, what I have here is a piece of cut foam. Place this on here. Get rid of any of these debris that will get in the way of my bonding. And like I said, you don't really need this to be completely spot free. Just make sure there's no lint, because lint does not get absorbed or filled in by the UVX glue or adhesive. Alright, so now you got this done. Go ahead and put UVX on. As you can see, the UVX is actually filling pretty well. Okay, and Go ahead and put the glass on here. Okay. Let me go ahead and put white surface here. And we're going to go ahead and work out the adhesive, the glue. Work out the bubbles. And after we work out the bubbles, we're going to go ahead and put in the curing. Again, this is just a quick demonstration, so if I was spend more time on this, I can make it really nice and clean, but again, this is great for demo, showing you guys that a Spy iPhone can be achieved with just a few simple tricks. So now we have this nice and done. We're going to go ahead and put it in the UV chamber. Alright, so now I got this nice and lined up. As you can see right here, making sure all the borders are correct. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the UV chamber. I'm going to hold it in here for about 20 seconds before I put it in, just to get the adhesive to the UVX to bond properly. Okay, that's a good hole right there. Drop it in there. Set it for 5 minutes. Okay. And so this is going to be in there for 5 minutes. Alright, so now you got it out. It's nice and cured. We can go ahead and actually peel the top layer off to see how we did. Let's go ahead and peel first the tape. And peel the glass. As you can see, the bonding liquid does a pretty decent job. Okay, so we can go ahead and assemble this back. So what we have now is a mounted glass. So what we're going to do is clean it up. And what I do is I'm going to go ahead and get a nice flask here. Put the alcohol halfway in. I'm going to put this in here to clean off any of these excess glue, excess UVX adhesive, bonding liquid I mean. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull out that. Peel paintless tape. Alright, so what we're doing is cleaning off any remaining UVX bonding liquid off the side. Okay, so got this nice and clean. This again is 99.9% alcohol. It's designed for electronics. Don't try it with any alcohol that you would normally get from a drugstore or grocery store. You can get this one from Amazon or on eBay. Search for 99.9% alcohol. Alright, so we have this now removed. We'll go ahead and dry it off. I'm setting it aside to dry. Let's go ahead and work on the film. So the Polarizer, we do the same treatment for the Polarizer, just to remove the excess liquid off. Okay, so the Polarizer is now nice and clean. What we're going to do is set it aside. Go ahead and put a cap on this alcohol. We're going to use it again later. Right, the frame. Go ahead and take all the broken glass off the frame. I'm using a razor blade here. Scrape off any stubborn glass that could be sticking on. Clearing this whole area out, and there's a dust guard we have to save. Alright, so let's go ahead and start removing this off. Okay, add a little heat. Loosen the bond. Okay. There you go. We're going to save this portion. Pull all this off. Throw it away. Okay. Now scrape the frame. Make sure there's no glass on here. And adhesive from the original glue. Use a razor to scrape it off. Be very careful, this is a little thin, so it's brittle. Okay. Making sure this is glass free, so we can do a seamless bond back onto the display. Alright, so now there's no glass on here. Go ahead and use my SGX glue, CGX I mean. Alright, so now use my glue. You can get this on eBay also, SGX, and that's for the seal. So I'm going to go ahead, use my SGX glue, silicone glue to do the frame on the side. Putting just enough. That is enough. Using my finger just to spread it around a little bit. All around. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring it in. Be very careful. Go ahead and put the frame on to this. Okay. Alright, so now so alcohol here to accelerate the curing process. Alright, so what I'm going to do is get these rings. These are key rings. Open it up like this. Go to every corner. Okay. Hold this screen in place. Okay. Let it sit there for 5 minutes, and we're good for the next step. Alright, so now let's go ahead and remove this right here. we're going to start assembling the back. So what we need to do is, with a clean microfiber cloth, a little 99% alcohol, okay. Wipe this out of the way. And we'll just go ahead and dry it off using a clean cloth. A little Windex. Alright, this doesn't have to be a perfect mirror finish. Just make sure there's no lint on it. Okay. And again, this is just demonstration purposes, so it doesn't have to be ready for market. This is strictly a lab experiment. I don't do this in actuality, but I do like to push the envelope of technology and see what technology can bring us. So I'm going to go ahead and put the other LCD on. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the backlight back on. Here. Just line it up right. Okay. Let's go ahead and solder this on. Let's clean the solder up. Alright. Start a first contact. On. Second contact. Alright. There you go. Go ahead and start assembling this back. So go ahead and get the dust guard and the camera holder, proximity sensor holder, okay. Using my razor blade, go ahead and shave dust guard off this. Actually, I should be able to pull it off. A little heat. Okay. Now I'm going to put a dust guard back in place. Okay. Move it a little closer. There you go. Dust guards in place. Camera holder. Alright, I'm going to use a little bit of my SGX glue, put a spot right here. Okay. And then get myself a tweezer. Right there. Put the camera holder in place, like so. And then the proximity sensor. Alright. Now we have pretty much everything where it's supposed to be. Metal shield, slide underneath. Okay. Side glue. Alright, we'll go ahead and snap that into place. Just go ahead and actually put this in. Hold on, organize this out. Alright. Okay, that is up here. All right. Okay, this assembly is good. So I'll go ahead and assemble it on this phone here. Alright, put the camera in place. This is always a trick for me. It's very tricky. Okay. Okay, what we need to do is actually tape off this area here. First, let's just test this out. Okay, backlight works, and go ahead and find my polarizer. Okay, so you can see it's perfect. Well, you got a working phone. Only people that has the glasses can actually view. So you're gonna put it right on top of the lens so you can see this. See? Now, if I remove it out, you can't see it. Alright, let's go ahead and assemble it now. First thing to do is got to tape this with Krypton tape. I'm going to use black electrical tape. You don't want to cause a short on the phone. Cut a small snippet. Taping this out. Connector is right here. Now we go ahead, put a plate on. Alright, the top one uses a non-magnetic screw. So I'm going to go ahead and find my non-magnetic screw. Put it in here. This is a non-magnetic screw. Maybe it is a magnetic screw. Actually, let's go ahead and use a magnetic screw for this one. It's not going to affect anything. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, snap this back into place. Hey, this is Prac with iRepairMD, and this is not a camera trick. What I'm showing you is what I call a Spyphone. As you can see, bring some pictures. Game Center. All right. That is how you make a Spyphone. This is Prac with iRepairMD. Safe repair.